Yo, 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 what up, fam? It's Nick here with Living Rich, and I am here walking today on the South First Bridge in Austin, Texas. I'm walking home from a farmer's market, and I figured there was enough coverage from the wind here that I can make a good video for you about something that I noticed subconsciously in my own life. And that when I contrast my life with the life of like people that are really successful with the, really in any field, is that we get too stable. And here's what I mean by that. And there's a few subtleties that I want to take you through in this concept. Let me change hands here. I gotta set my coffee down, pick it up, put it in the other hand. Beautiful buildings in the background. Anyways, so I was just listening to a talk by Mark Cuban talking about how he got fired multiple times when he first started out for doing things that were, productive, really. And I think what happens is we get into these patterns in our life where they sustain us, but they don't grow us. They don't take us to the places that we need to get to. And when that happens, we get too stable. It's almost like there's not enough conflict in our life to raise us up to the next level. There's not enough, stuff happening for us to be alive, for us to, get to, our business goals. There's not enough motivation and all of that fun stuff. And so, let's say you're like me and you work in a restaurant, and your life is very stable. You have a decent amount of income for your expense level because you share an apartment or share a house, whatever. And you go and you think that, well, here's what it was for me. I thought that, I would become, well, let me take that back. I knew I needed to get stable in order to facilitate certain parts of life, in order to facilitate certain things. So there was the, this is obnoxious having, all right. There was the whole thing about me being too unstable. There was, I was traveling too much. I would not have anywhere where I could focus. And so that kind of grew me in a sort of very primitive way where I had a lot of kind of instinctual life skills, but the business skills and the growth, the social skills that I needed weren't there. And so I had to become stable and get those down. But at a certain point, that stability stagnates and it doesn't lead to any more growth. And then that's when you need to start focusing on taking those risks. Because if you think about it, it's just not fun anymore. At the very core of it, you have to take those risks for yourself and for your own psyche. And they will be taken in one way or another, whether it's from risking your time on Netflix or risking your time on building a business, to risking your time with drugs and waking up, 10 years later wondering, whoa, where the fuck did that go, and regretting it, or risking your time on, building a business or reading. What if this book sucks in this investment, yada, yada, yada. But at least it's in, a direction that can be progressive. So when I say that you got to have a little more conflict in your life, that is only from listening to Mark Cuban talk about his early, kind of business life, and then all these other people that I have listened to about their stories, is there was a whole bunch of shit that happened, and from that they deemed the motivation to kind of create a self-supporting system and machine to make them money. Or with Tyler from RSD, he couldn't talk to girls, so what did he do? He ended up making a whole business around talking to girls. A lot of times the middle is the place you don't want to be. It's almost better to be the bottom, to be broke, than to be comfortable, because there is more opportunity and risk-taking ability in your head, because you ain't got nothing to lose, and then that mindset can make for a more fun life and more zest. So think about that, and then from there can be further stages of growth. Thank you for watching with me. The wind's picking up, the cars are around, so I'm going to stop this video now, and I will see you again very soon. Peace.